Starting off in child's pose, let's begin to tune in on the breath. Just allow yourself to be here for a couple of breaths. And then make your way up onto all fours into your tabletop pose, stacking the palms underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. We're going to do a few rounds of cat-cow here, following the breath. Inhale, look up. Exhale, curl in into your cat pose. Releasing the belly as you inhale, look up. Tucking the chin, the belly, and the toes. Exhale all the air out. Inhale again, scoop up. And exhale, allow all the air out. Inhale again, scoop up. And exhale all the air out. Good. Allow yourself to come back onto all fours. Release now that right leg behind you, setting up for sunbird. Sunbird, releasing that left arm in front of you. We're going to do a bit of crunches here. Bending at the knee at the elbow, curl it in. And as you inhale, lengthen. Exhale, curl in. And inhale, lengthen. Exhale, curl in. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, curl in. And inhale, lengthen. Fantastic. Allow yourself to come back to that tabletop pose. And let's do the other side. Left leg lifts. Right arm lifts. And same deal here. Bend at the knee at the elbow. Curl it in. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, curl it in. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, curl it in. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, curl it in. And inhale to lengthen. Release back to the floor. Tuck the toes. Make your way up to downward facing dog. Pedal out your feet, bending one knee at a time. Check in with the hamstrings, see if they're pretty tight. If you need to, bend at the knees. Bending at the knees, look up, take an inhale. Walk yourself to the top of the mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. And come all the way up as you inhale, bring the palms together, close the pose. Allow yourself a moment here, eyes closed, deepen the breath. We're going to flow from one pose to the next, so allow yourself to find that nice, smooth rhythm. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose. Blinking the eyes open, inhale, draw the arms up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale again, flat back. Bending at the knees, plant your palms, step it on back to plank pose. Exhale, lowering the knees. Follow through the chest. Inhale to cobra. Pump back onto all fours. Exhaling back to downward facing dog. Hold here for a couple of breaths. Belly's nice and drawn in. Good. Doing the best that you can to plant the heels towards the floor. Breathe. Bend your knees, take an inhale, look up. Exhale, stepping to the top of the mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, deeper forward fold. Inhale all the way up to standing, palms together. We close the pose, exhale. Inhale, arms rises again. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale into your flat back. Bending at the knees as you exhale, planting the palms. Go ahead and step your feet back. Take an inhale here in your high plank pose. Exhale, lower the knees, follow through with the chest. Belly's on the ground. Inhale into your cobra pose. And then pump yourself back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. We're going to do this again for a couple more times, you guys. As you ground your heels to the ground, pump your chest towards the thighs. Bending at the knees again, take an inhale, look forward. Exhale, step to the top of your mat. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, deeper forward fold. Come all the way up to standing. Palms touch above. And exhale, close the pose. Fantastic. Again, inhale, arms reaches to the sky. And then as you exhale, swan dive yourselves forward. Come up again, halfway lift, inhale. And exhale, bend at the knees, plant the palms, step back to plank. Lower down through that vinyasa, knees follow through the chest. Inhale, scoop up for your cobra. And exhale back to downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg up behind you. I'll pause for a moment here. Spread the fingers wide. Fire up the toes behind you. See if you can lift the heel maybe a tad higher. And bend at the knee, stack at the hip here. Allow the shoulders to stay nice and square, nice and even. Bring the knee now to the elbow as you exhale. And then inhale, restack the hip. Exhale, bring the knee to the nose. And as you inhale, restack the hip. Exhale, knee now to the left elbow. And then inhale, restack the hip. Exhale, bring the knee to the nose and gently step the foot right between the thumbs. Good. Keeping that left palm grounded, take a twist, reaching your right arm nice and high to the sky. So ideally, we're trying to get your left arm parallel with the right leg and do the best that you can to keep that right knee over the ankle. Exhale, place that right palm down, stepping that left foot up to the sky. And here's your warrior three. Find balance first. Hips are square. See if you want to bring the palms to the heart. Find balance here. An option to fly the arms away in airplane. Good. Hold here for a couple of breaths. Keep your toes active behind you. And then slowly exhale, release the fingers and step to the top of the mat. Let all the air out. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Come all the way up to standing again. Bring the palms over the head. And then exhale, close the pose. Inhale again, arms reach to the sky. And then exhale, forward fold. Inhale into your flat back. Bend at the knees, plant the palms, step back. So we're going to flow through that vinyasa. Knees follow through the chest as you exhale. Inhale back and scoop it back to cobra. Plant yourself back to downward facing dog. As you inhale, we're going to lift that left leg up behind you this time and pause here. Belly's nice and strong. Toes behind you are active. And then bend at the knees, stack your hips here. Pause for a moment. One more breath. Good. And then slowly, as you exhale, bring the knee to the left elbow. And then inhale, restack the hips again. Exhale, bring the knee to the nose. And then inhale, restack again. Cross the knee to the right elbow as you exhale. And then inhale, restack again. Exhale the knee to the nose, gently stepping the foot between the palms. Same deal here, taking a twist on the left side this time, reaching that left arm nice and high to the sky. Shoulders are stacked. Fingers reaching nice and high to the sky. Take one more breath here and slowly exhale the palm down, prepping for that warrior three. Bring that right foot behind you. Find balance first, and then option to bring the palms to prayer. Stay here, or option to fly your arms in airplane. Good. Belly's nice and active. Toes behind you nice and active. Taking one more breath, and then slowly release the palms and the right foot, all into a forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale again, deeper forward fold. Rising on up, bring the arms over the head, and then we close the pose, palms over the heart. Good. Chair pose. Inhale, arms swing up. Squeeze the thighs together. Replant the feet, replant the palms. Maybe sink the hips back just a little bit more. Good. A couple more breaths here. And we're going to work our way down into a squat. Lift the heels. Come on down nice and slow. Release the fingers and palms to the floor so you can come down to seated, prepping for boat pose. With boat pose, spine's nice and long. Let the shoulders glide back and then lift the legs up from the ground. Keeping the knees bent here, use your arms for support. Toes are nice and active. Options to straighten out the knees a little bit more. Breathe. Couple more. Nice. As you release to the floor, go ahead and use the palms for behind you. Let yourself swish the legs side to side. A little bit of calendar girl here. Windshield wiper. And we're going to do another set. Lifting the legs off the ground, using the palms for support. Straighten out the knees as much as you'd like. Maybe even releasing back down, all the way down to the ground, nice and controlled. Good. Now using the palms for support, we're going to lift the hips and straighten out the legs all the way up towards the sky. And then slowly release the heels closer to the ground. Let it hover. Hold here. And then squeeze your legs back up towards the sky. Good. Releasing the legs again, let it hover. And squeeze it back up towards the sky. Good. Let it hover. And as you squeeze, lift the legs up a little bit higher. And again, let it hover. Good. Go ahead and draw the legs back up again. And then let them hover. Come on up. And bring it down. Come on up. And bring it down. Come on up. And bring it down. Come on up. And hug the knees into the chest. And give yourself a moment here to just release the back. Good. Reaching the legs up. We're going to rock yourselves up and down so we can pop yourselves back up into a squat. We're going to set up for an arm balance here for crow pose or crane pose. You choose. As you lift the hips nice and high, come up off the heels. Lifting one foot at a time. Maybe both feet will lift the ground. Maybe your big toes will touch. Good. Keep squeezing your belly and lifting the hips just a tad higher towards the sky. And then we slowly lower down. As you come down into your squat, give yourself some wrist rolls here, you guys. Circling at one direction and then circling at the opposite direction. Fantastic. And we're going to come back down onto the floor one more time. Good. So as you place the palms back down onto the ground, setting yourselves up for another arm balance. Maybe we'll come up a little bit higher this time. Lifting one leg then the other. Good. Again, it's always an option to straighten out the elbows if you want to go into crane. Otherwise, bent elbows just as good. To Malasana pose and begin to circle again through the wrists one direction and circle them the opposite direction. Good. Using the palms for support, let's lift up again. Halfway lift as you inhale and exhale, come to a deeper forward fold. Go back chair as you inhale. Straighten the knees as you exhale, dive it forward. Inhale, flat back. Bend at the knees, plant the palms, step yourself back into that high plank pose. Lower back down into the vinyasa. Inhale to cobra. And exhale, get back to downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Knee to the chest, exhale, stepping the right foot to the top of the mat. Inhale, this is our crescent lunge, arms over the head. Plant the palms as you exhale, stepping that right foot back, flowing again to the vinyasa. Inhale as you back bend, and then exhale back to downward facing dog. Inhale, we lift the left leg up. Knee to the chest, step the foot forward. Inhale again into your crescent lunge. Plant the palms. As you exhale, we now step that left foot back, flow through the vinyasa, and breathe. Fantastic. Bend at the knees as you inhale, look forward. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale back into the chair pose. And let's flow. Straighten the knees as you exhale, swan dive. Inhale again into your flat back. Bending at the knees, planting the palms. Let's go ahead and step your feet back again. Inhale again into the chair. And exhale, swan dive it forward. Inhale again, flat back. And exhale, planting the palms. We now step the foot back. Take that vinyasa. You can always skip the vinyasas, you guys, if you wish. Or you can up level by not bringing the knees down. As you inhale, right leg lifts again. Knees to the chest as you exhale. Step the foot forward. Arms lift. Crescent lunge. Inhale. Plant the palms, stepping the right foot back through the vinyasa. Exhale as you lower. Inhale as you come up. And exhale back to downward facing dog. Inhale lifts that left leg back. And then exhale, step the left foot forward. Come on up. Inhale, crescent lunge. Plant the palms as you step left foot back. Exhale again through the vinyasa. Inhale as you lift. And exhale, pump back, downward facing dog. Right leg lifts as you inhale. Knee to the chest, exhale, step it through. Inhale again, back to crescent lunge. We're going to stay here for a few breaths this time. Good. Let the fingers reach up to the sky. Belly is nice and active. Palms now come to the heart as you exhale. We transition to warrior two. Adjust the legs. Good. Shoulders are stacked well above the hips. Arms are nice and active as you're drawing the fingertips way apart from each other. Good. Focus towards the front of the room. Flipping that right palm, we're going to inhale, reverse the warrior here. Choices to keep the arm nice and tall towards the sky. You can always curl that right arm if you wish. Find that letter C from fingertips to the ribs, opening up here through the side body. Good. Take one more breath. And on your next exhale, find yourself going the opposite direction, extended side angle. Again, with extended side angle, maybe we stack the shoulders and reach that arm over the head. Or you could always reach that left arm up and over towards the front of the room. Inhale, reverse the warrior again. And as we exhale, windmill the arms, stepping that right foot back. Take the vinyasa or not. And let's all meet back at downward facing dog. Downward facing dog, left leg lifts as you inhale. Knee to the chest as you exhale. Step the foot forward, coming up again. Inhale, crescent lunge. Same deal here. We're going to hold here for a few breaths. Let the belly stay nice and active. Keep reaching your fingers nice and high to the sky. Good. Take one more breath here. And then we transition yourself into your warrior two, adjusting the legs. Good. Arms are nice and steady. Good. Hips sinking nice and low. Nice. And focusing right past those left fingertips. Flipping the left palm. Go ahead and reverse the warrior here. So Hannah is opting to lift the arm nice and high to the sky. If you prefer to curl the arm over, curl it right over the head. Nice side body opening. And then exhale, find your extended side angle. Stacking the shoulders here. Option to either keep the arm nice and straight to the sky or bring that arm up and over the head. Good. One more breath here. And we slowly inhale, reverse the warrior again. Coming out of this, windmill the arms down. Step that left foot back. Take that vinyasa or not, and meet me back at downward facing dog. right, Hannah. Let's go ahead and take a break. Everybody come down onto your knees. Slowly lower yourselves down. Let's take about 5 breaths here, you guys. Let yourself just chill for a little bit. Slow down that heart rate. Relax the belly. Let yourself just melt a little bit more towards the ground. Good. Close your eyes. Pause here. A couple more breaths. Nice smooth inhale. Nice smooth exhale. Coming up as you inhale, come back to tabletop. And for tabletop, let's go ahead and set up for ballers. So we're going to start off with the balls placed behind the right knee. You want to squeeze the calf into the hamstring. As you squeeze the ball, find the grip here. Lift the knee a good inch or 2 from the floor just to make sure we have a nice grip onto the ball. And we're going to slowly lift the knee as you take a back bend, look up. And then exhale, bring the knee to the nose. Inhale again, scoop yourself up with the back bend. And then exhale, bring the knee to the nose. Keep squeezing the ball, lift it up to the sky. And exhale, bring the knee to the nose. Inhale again, lift up, look up. And exhale, crunch it into the nose. Good. Find yourself lifting one more. And then adding here, you guys, reaching now the left arm with the ball, squeeze the knee to the elbow. Same flow. Inhale again, take that back bend. And exhale, squeeze the knee to the elbow. Good. Inhale again, reach it up. And then exhale, squeeze it in. Good. Inhale again, reach it up. And as we exhale, squeeze it in. Good. Releasing the ball. Keep that right ball locked into the knee. Spine nice and straight. Bring now the knee to the chest. Bring the knee to the elbow. And then bring the knee back to neutral. Nice little circular movements for the hip. So knee to chest. Knee outside the elbow. And then knee back. Knee chest. Knee elbow. Knee back. In to the side and back. In to the side and back. Nice lubrication of the hips here, just circling it one direction. Good. And then let's reverse that. So we're going to take the knee now to the right elbow, bring it back in, and then extend it back out. Nice little circular movement. So knee to elbow, chest and back. And just let it flow, circling it in and back. And then slowly replant yourselves back down onto all fours, release the ball. And we're going to switch sides. As you now place that ball behind the left knee, same deal here, you guys. Squeeze your calf into the hamstring. As you squeeze the ball, lift the knee first a couple of inches. Find that grip first. And once you get that grip, we're going to start the flow. Inhale again for the back bend. And exhale again, knee to the nose. Inhale again for the back bend. And then exhale, knee to the nose. Inhale again, scoop it up. And exhale, crunch it in. Inhale again, scoop it up. And exhale, crunch it in. Good. We're going to scoop up one more now. We're going to add the ball to the right side. Same deal here, you guys. Knee to elbow. And as you inhale, reach the arm and the leg. Exhale again, curl it in. And then inhale, reach out the arms and the legs. Curl in as you exhale. And then inhale, open it up. Exhale again, curl it in. And as you inhale, scoop it up. Good. Releasing that ball from the hand, grounding through the palms. We're going to do the same circumduction here. Knee to the chest, elbow and back, to the chest, elbow and back, and allow yourself to just begin to circle it through. Good. Keeping the spine nice and long here, just allow the hips to just move up. And we're going to move it the opposite direction, just like we did earlier. Elbow to chest to neutral, elbow to chest to neutral. Good. And slowly allow yourself to come back again onto all fours, releasing the ball from behind you. As you come back to tabletop, press yourself back to downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, bend at the knees, take an inhale, look up. And exhale, step your feet to the top of the mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Grab and hold of the balls, you guys. We're going to start doing our ball work. Balls to the chest as you make your way up to standing. Inhale, draw the arms and balls to the sky. Exhale them to the chest. Inhale, reach now the arms with the balls over the head. And an exhale, bring the balls to the chest as you dive it forward. Good. Inhale, bring the balls to the shins. And as you exhale, deeper forward fold. Good. Bring the balls to the chest. We inhale, come all the way up. Reach the arms over the head. And exhale, balls to the chest again as you dive it forward. Come up again, inhale into your flat back. And exhale, deeper forward fold. Good. We're going to add, inhale, arms all the way up this time. Balls connect to the sky. And then swan dive the balls forward. Inhale into your flat back. And exhale, deeper forward fold. One more. Swing the arms all the way up to standing. Balls connect over the head. And exhale, swan dive yourself forward again. Inhale, balls to the shins. Come up halfway lift. And exhale, this time bending at the knees. Plant the palms over the balls into your high plank pose. So now we get to experience this plank with the balls. Nice grip strength here, you guys. Same deal with plank. Core is nice and active. And then as you lower, exhale the knees, follow through the chest. And then come up to cobra pose. And from cobra pose, slowly find yourself pumping back onto all fours. Pump the balls away from you into downward facing dog. Let's try that again. Inhale, we come up to your high plank. Exhale, lower the knees, follow through for that modified push-up. As you release the belly, find yourself coming up into your cobra pose. As you pump up, pump the balls away from you back to your downward facing dog. Good. Downward facing dog, releasing the balls away from the hands. Place the palms to the floor, right leg lifts as you inhale. Bend at the knee, stack at the hips, and bring the knee to the right elbow. Inhale again, stack the hip, and exhale, bring the knee to the nose. Inhale again, stack the hips, and exhale, bring the knee across to the left elbow. Inhale again, stack the hips, and exhale, knee to the nose. Gently step the foot between the palms. With the right hand, grab a hold of the ball, place it to the chest, and then reach that right arm nice and high to the sky. As you stack the shoulders, allow the ball to pump away from your palm. So we're not just letting that ball act as a dead weight. Push it away from you. Good. Hold here. And then bring the palms ball to the chest as you release now the ball to the floor. Good. Placing both balls underneath you. Go ahead and lift that left leg behind for your warrior three. Balls to the chest as an option. And for warrior three, maybe fly your arms in airplane, having your thumbs face towards the hips. And give yourself the sensation of drawing the shoulder blades towards one another as you pump the balls nice and high to the sky. Balls to the chest. As you exhale, bring the balls back down to the floor. Release the leg, come to a forward fold. Inhale into your flat back. Exhale, deeper forward fold. And come all the way up to standing. Reach the arms, the balls over the head. And then exhale, swan dive it through. Balls come up to the shins as you inhale. And exhale, deeper forward fold. Good. Balls or no balls, plant the balls back down into plank. You can now choose to take the vinyasas with or without the balls. You guys choose. Good. And then from your downward facing dog, inhale, left leg lifts, bend at the knees, stack at the hips, and exhale, knee to left elbow. Inhale again, restack, and exhale, knee to nose. Inhale again, restack. Exhale, knee to right elbow. Inhale again, restack. Exhale, knee to nose. Gently step the left foot between the palms. We now grab hold of the ball to the left, balls to the chest, and bring the ball nice and high towards the sky. So, same deal here. You want to pump the balls away from you. Good. And then slowly bring the balls back to the chest, and then allow yourself to come back down onto the ground. Grab hold of both balls this time as we make our way to Warrior 3. Once you get your balance here, bring the balls now to the chest, and maybe fly into airplane. As you use these airplane arms, we're squeezing the shoulder blades together. It's a heart opener here. And then bring the balls back to the chest as we slowly bring the balls back down to the ground. Inhale again, halfway lift. Exhale, deeper forward fold. All the way up to standing, bring the balls over the head. And then exhale, we close the pose. Finding the chair pose. We're going to work with just one ball in chair this time. Very unique way to play with your Utkatasana. Bringing the ball right between the thighs, squeeze them right above the knees, and then sink your hips a little bit lower. Then lift the heels off the ground. Keep squeezing the ball. Core is nicely engaged here. Then make your way back into that squat. Releasing the fingers, release the balls, come down into a seated position. We're going to revisit the boat pose. So earlier we did this posture without the balls, and so we're going to go back into Navasana. When you're in Navasana, get the balls to the chest, raising the legs here, keeping the knees bent as much as needed. Draw the right ball out and bring it back in. Draw the left ball out and bring it back in. It's always a good idea to exhale as you bring the ball away. Exhale, bring the ball away. Inhale as you bring it back towards you. Good. Going this a step further, maybe now we extend the arms out. Exhale, one arm out. And exhale, the other arm out. Inhale back in. Good. Exhale, arm out. Inhale, bring it in. Exhale, arm out. Inhale, bring it in. Nice. Releasing the balls. Let's take a quick moment here to just swish the hips and the knees side to side. We're going to come back for our second set of core work here with the balls. This time, grab onto the balls between the feet. Squeeze the balls between the feet, you guys. Slowly make your way back down onto the floor this time. We're going to do those leg lifts like we did before. This time, as you inhale, let the heels hover. And then exhale, find a squeeze to the sky. Inhale, allow yourself to hover. And as you exhale, squeeze up to the sky. Inhale, squeeze and hover. Exhale, squeeze, come up. Inhale again, squeeze to hover. And exhale, squeeze to come up. Slowly bending at the knees, release the ball and hug the knees into the chest. Rock yourself side to side. And roll yourself back up to seated so we can make our way back into a squat. Setting up for an arm balance. So earlier we did Bakasana, arm balance here. Now we're going to attempt to bring a ball with us as we come up for the lift in the arm balance. The setup is the same. Find the crow pose and squeeze the ball between the feet and just pick it up. Hold here for a couple of breaths, you guys. See what that feels like and tastes like. And slowly and gracefully come back down onto the floor. Again, your choice whether you want to pick up the ball or not. It's just something to play with here, adding to your arm balance. Squeeze and engage the core, and squeeze the ball with all your might. And when you're ready, we're slowly going to come back down onto the ground to release. Circling through the wrists, one direction, circle them the opposite direction. Grab hold of both balls again. We're going to make our way back into a flat back. So set it up as you inhale. And exhale, deeper forward fold. Bending at the knees, find yourself back in Utkatasana. Balls are over the head. And exhale, straight into swan dive. Inhale, flat back. Bending at the knees, balls or no balls, step back into your plank pose. Lower down through your vinyasa as an option. You could always skip this and go right into downward facing dog. Let's add. Downward facing dog, inhale, right leg lifts. Exhaling, knee to the chest, step foot all the way forward. Take an inhale here, bring the balls to the chest. This time, exhale, pump the balls away from you. We're going to do slightly different things with the breath this time, you guys. So when we flow, you want to bring the balls up and over the head. And as you inhale, bring the balls low. So exhale, we bring the balls over the head. And then inhale, we dip. Exhale, we lift. And then inhale, we dip. Exhale, we lift. And then inhale, we dip. Exhale again, we lift. And follow the breath. Exhale again as we lift. Good. And as you dip, you take an inhale here. Exhale, we lift. And then inhale, we dip. Exhaling here. And inhale here. Exhale one more time. Find the crescent lunge, transitioning to warrior two, releasing the arms all the way out. So check your alignment. That right knee is stacked over the ankle. Flipping the balls this time. Soft grip on the balls. Allow yourself to just balance here for a few breaths. Avoid back bending in this pose. Keep that core nice and engaged. Nice smooth breath. Good. Transitioning now to reverse warrior two. Option to bring that left arm behind you. Good. Soft grip with the balls here, you guys. So again, if you want, you can keep that arm stacked well above to the sky, or you can curl it a little bit more. Imagine that letter C from your fingers all the way to the ribs. Adjust your gaze. You can either look up, look to the side, or look to the floor, depending on how comfortable the knee is. And then find yourself transitioning to extended side angle. Remember, pump the ball away from you. No dead weight here in the arms. As you stack the shoulders, continue to draw that belly in. Core is nice and engaged. Good, just a couple more breaths. Inhale, reverse the warrior here. And then exhale, windmill the arms down. Balls or no balls. Take a vinyasa. Lower down as we exhale. Inhale, lift yourselves to the back bend. Exhale back to downward facing dog. On the inhale, left leg lifts. And exhale, knee to the chest. Inhale first the ball to the chest. And as you exhale, pump the balls away from you. So give yourself a moment here, get nice and stable in your crescent lunge. Soft grip with the balls, and then as you inhale, you dip down, And then exhale, you lift up. Dip it down again. And exhale out. Good. A little bit of deltoid work here, you guys. Do the knee dips, squeeze. Good. Inhale, come down, and exhale, lift up. Inhale, come down. Exhale, lift up. Inhale, dip down, and exhale, lift up. Good. Soft grip on the balls, but still grip nonetheless. Nice and strong arms. Good. Really working up and waking up the deltoids. Transitioning ourselves back into our warrior two. So start with the balls to the chest, arrange your legs, and then peel the balls apart from you. We're gonna stay here in warrior two for a couple of breaths. And just like we did the other side, go ahead and flip the palms to face up and loosen your grip. You can allow yourself to just feel the weight. Maybe we're going to floss the shoulders by flipping one ball up, the other ball the opposite direction. You can just soft grip here, you guys, or you can choose hard grip. See what it feels like for yourself if there's a preference here. But the idea is for you to just kind of just roll the shoulders around one direction and the other. And then as you inhale, let's reverse that warrior. Drawing that right arm behind you for a mini bind. Stacking the shoulders, maybe reaching your left arm nice and high, just pumping the ball away from you. Adjust your focus, your neckline, so whatever feels more comfortable. And then we're going to transition ourselves back to extended side angle. Choices here again to reach the arms high, and if so, pump it all the way up. Good. Really using the core strength so that you're not leaning all that body weight against that left elbow. Core is nicely engaged and belly's drawn in. Let's get out of this. Inhale again, reverse the warrior. And as you exhale, windmill the balls, the palms to the floor. Vinyasa or not, balls or not, totally your call. Meet me back at downward facing dog. Right leg lifts on the inhale. Knee to the chest, exhale, step the foot forward. So bring the balls again to the chest as you exhale. Pump the balls up towards the sky. Going to warrior two this time. Arrange the legs, extend your arms out. Straightening out the right knee, we're going to work our way to triangle pose. As you reach the ball towards your right shin, stack the shoulders and pump the ball again away from you. Soft grip here or hard grip, your choice. And again, you can turn your head to face to the sky, to the side, to the floor, wherever it's most comfortable for the neck. We're going to reverse the triangle here, you guys. And same deal here. Reach and pump the ball away from you. Light lean onto that left leg, using the oblique strength here to kind of just keep yourself nice and steady. Bringing the balls back to the chest, we're going to pivot that right foot forward this time so that the feet are parallel. Balls to the chest. Slowly coming to a flat back, release now the balls down to the floor underneath the shoulders. And then coming down onto a nice little squat. So bending at the knees here, coming to row pose. So exhale, knee to elbow, and switch sides. So inhale the balls to the floor and exhale, row it up, and then inhale back down. Exhale it up, inhale down. And maybe perhaps you're going to exhale both balls and bring it back down. Good. So follow the breath here. You can go at your own pace. You can pump it up. Most important here is that you keep the spine long. You keep the belly engaged. Breathe. Fantastic. With the balls to the chest, slowly come up to standing. Transition first to warrior two. And from warrior two, balls to the chest, transition yourself back to crescent lunge. From crescent lunge, go ahead and release the balls. Palms Balls, no balls, vinyasa or not, flow it through again till we meet back at downward facing dog. Downward facing dog, left leg lifts as you inhale. Knee comes to the chest as you exhale. Stepping the foot forward, grab the balls again. To the chest, all the way up to crescent lunge. Crescent lunge transition to warrior two. From warrior two, setting up for triangle, straighten out the left knee. Draw yourselves towards the left side this time as you release the arm towards the shin. Stacking the shoulders as you pump that right ball away from you. Spine is nice and long all the way to the neckline here. Belly is nice and engaged. Good. Soft grip with the balls, or you can grip it harder. It's really up to you. And then we transition over to the reverse triangle here. Good. Allow yourself just to open up that side body. Keep pumping the ball away from you as well. And soft lean towards that right leg. Bring the balls to the chest as you come back up to neutral, pivoting that left foot this time so that the feet are parallel. And then turn the legs outwards so we can prep for our goddess pose. So in goddess pose, you choose how low you want to sink the hips, bending at the knees. We're going to do little flows here and work on our triceps. Bringing the elbows up and over. So think about squeezing as you exhale to the sky. And then inhale, bend the elbows. Exhale again, squeeze the balls over the head. And then inhale back to bend. Exhale again, we squeeze up. And then inhale, bend. Keep the elbows nice and tight. Good, and continue. Adding now hip dips. So as you straighten out the knees, straight out the elbows. As you bend at the elbows, bend at the knees. Good. Exhale, straighten it out. And inhale, rebend. Good. Allow yourself here to keep the back nice and straight, you guys. Avoid back bending. Good. Nice grip of the mat underneath the feet. Slowly find the balls back to the chest. And transitioning back to warrior two. Good. Take a breath. Take a sip of air here. Inhale. Balls to the chest as you exhale. Pump the balls away over the head. Find your crescent lunge. Slowly lower the balls. Release them if you wish. Planting the palms. Step back for a vinyasa or not. Meet me back at downward facing dog. Good. Inhale, right leg lifts and bend at the knee to stack. And bringing that knee over behind that right wrist, setting up for pigeon pose. Maybe we come down onto the elbows. Hold here for a few breaths. Now, even though this may seem like a resting pose, you know that this is nice. This is a deep hip opener. I would encourage you guys to keep belly nice and engaged here so we don't dump all that weight onto the leg, onto the floor. Keep the core nice and engaged. Replanting the palms, we're going to lift out of this, releasing that right leg back to downward facing dog. Maybe we circle out the hips one direction, circle it the opposite direction. And then straightening out the leg, plant it back down for downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Bend at the knees, stack at the hips. And setting up for your pigeon pose onto the left side. Again, keeping that belly nice and engaged. Maybe you come down onto the elbows. Or if you're not into this, you can keep your torso upright and just use the palms for support. You could always choose to go a little bit deeper in this posture using the forearms to cradle the forehead. Or you can stay upright just like Hannah is doing here with the elbows right underneath the shoulders. Breathe. slowly releasing from this pose. We use the palms to lift the knee, lift the hips, extend that left leg back first. Again, options to just circle out through the hip, circling the hip one direction, and circling the opposite direction. Straightening out that leg as you exhale, plant it back to downward facing dog. Bend your knees as you inhale, look forward, and exhale lightly, step or hop to the top. Making your way to seated position, let's begin our cool down, you guys. Extend the legs in front of you. Inhale, we reach the arms. Exhale into your Paschimottanasana, nice forward fold here. So if you guys find difficulty reaching for the toes, you say quote unquote not flexible, bend your knees. Then see if you can reach for the feet. Belly here is nice and sunk in towards the spine. Avoid hunching over, so do the best you can to keep your spine long, keeping the chin tucked here. Let yourself go deeper, and then slowly rise on up. Use the core strength to roll yourself steadily all the way flat back onto the mats. Squeezing the knees towards the chest. Maybe you roll yourself side to side. Prepping for a supine twist here. Release the grip of the knees. We're going to stack your right thigh over the left. Reach the arms out, letter T here. You can melt your hips, your knees one direction. If you want to go with Hannah, Hannah is taking the twist over towards the right side. Totally cool if you guys want to bring the knees over to the left. Making this twist a little bit richer, you can always turn your neck opposite of the legs. Come back up to center, unstack and restack. Left goes over the right this time. So again, same deal here. If you want, you can let yourself melt the hips and the knees over to one side, melt it towards the other. And maybe take your neck and change direction of your focus opposite of the knees. Coming back up to center again, releasing now the stacks. As you hug the knees into the chest, coming into your happy baby pose. Let the sacrum flatten onto the floor and doing the best that you can to stack the ankles over the knees. Driving the knees a little more towards the armpit, towards the floor. A little bit of rocking side to side, totally optional, totally up to you. And then for last call for hip opening, grab onto the big toes, straighten out one knee at a time. If this feels wonderful to you, go ahead and straighten out both knees. Again, just doing the best you can to keep your sacrum nice and grounded. Inhale the legs all the way up to the sky. Bending at the knees, let yourself rest down onto the floor. This is your Ardha Shavasana. I'm asking you guys to keep the knees bent for a few breaths here. Hug your shoulders, give yourself a tight hug. Good. And then maybe for last call, you pick up the shoulders, tuck your chin, curl yourselves all the way towards the thighs. Slowly release back down onto the floor, release the hug, and then spread the arms a little bit wider than usual. Releasing now the legs, coming to your full final Shavasana pose. Legs are about hips width apart or wider if that's comfortable to you. Arms are open, palms are open wide. With the eyes closed, allow yourself to sink a little bit more towards the mat, towards the floor. We're going to be here for a good 5 minutes. Allow yourself to just breathe in, breathe out. Go back to your normal rhythm of breath and let yourself just surrender for the next few minutes. slowly begin to deepen your breath. Adding movement back to the body, wiggle your fingers, your toes, circling through the wrists, your feet, your ankles, your elbows. Just move them about the opposite direction. Bending at the knees, give yourself a nice tight squeeze here. Slowly roll yourselves over to the right side and use your arm for a pillow. And with the eyes closed, use your palms for support to lift yourselves back up to seated. Let's go ahead and inhale the arms all the way up. Palms together as we exhale, bring them right over the heart. Thank you all so much for joining us for practice today. We hope you have a wonderful rest of the day. Namaste. And thank you, Hannah.